You found out. Maybe it was a text you weren't supposed to see, a name that appeared too often, a feeling in your gut that something was wrong. Or maybe they told you themselves, and the world you thought you knew collapsed in a single sentence. And now you're left with a question that keeps you awake at night. Why? Why did they do this? Why wasn't I enough? Why did they risk everything we built for something that meant nothing? Or did it mean something? And what does that say about me? Here's what I need you to understand before we go any further. This isn't about you. I know it feels like it is. I know you're replaying every moment, searching for what you missed, what you did wrong, what you could have been or done differently. But the psychology of cheating runs much deeper than the relationship itself. It's rooted in childhood wounds, attachment patterns, identity crises, and internal voids that existed long before they ever met you. If you've been cheated on and you're trying to make sense of the senseless, if you're questioning your worth, your judgment, your entire understanding of love, if you need to understand not to forgive but to heal, this isn't just about betrayal. This is psychology. Let me paint a picture. You thought you knew them. You thought you understood the relationship. Maybe it wasn't perfect, but whose is? You were building something. You were committed. You were real. And then you discovered that while you were being real, they were living a double life. If this sounds familiar, the confusion you're feeling is completely valid. You might be replaying every moment now, wondering what was real and what was performance. That trip they took, those late nights at work, those times they seemed distant and you blamed yourself for being too needy. You might be questioning your own perception. How did I not see it? Am I that naive, that stupid, that blind? You might be swinging between rage and grief. One moment you want to destroy everything they own. The next moment you're sobbing over a photo from happier times. The emotional whiplash is exhausting. You might be wondering if anything was ever true. Did they ever love you? Was any of it real? Or were you just a placeholder, a convenience, a prop in their life? Here's what else might be happening. You might be blaming yourself. If only I had been more attentive, more attractive, more exciting, more available, less demanding, less myself. You might be obsessing over the other person. What do they have that I don't? Are they prettier, smarter, better in bed? What made them worth destroying us? You might be unable to eat, sleep, or function normally. Your nervous system is in overdrive. Your brain is trying to process a trauma while simultaneously trying to rewrite your entire history. And here's the part that hurts the most. You might still love them, and you hate yourself for it. You want to hate them purely, but your heart hasn't caught up with what your mind now knows. If you're experiencing any of this, you're not weak. You're not foolish. You're human. And what happened to you was not your fault. But to truly heal, you need to understand what was happening inside them. Not to excuse it, never to excuse it, but to stop blaming yourself for something that was never about you. So let's talk about the psychology of cheaters. Here's what nobody talks about. Cheating is rarely about the partner being cheated on. It's almost always about something broken inside the person who cheats. A void they're trying to fill, a wound they're trying to medicate, an identity crisis they're trying to escape. Understanding this won't make it hurt less, but it might help you stop carrying shame that was never yours to carry. Let's start with attachment wounds. Many cheaters have what psychologists call insecure attachment styles. These patterns form in childhood based on how consistently and safely caregivers responded to their needs. Those with anxious attachment may cheat to feel validated. They need constant reassurance that they're desirable, lovable, wanted. One partner's love, no matter how devoted, never feels like enough. The void is bottomless. Those with avoidant attachment may cheat to maintain emotional distance. Intimacy feels threatening. When a relationship gets too close, too real, too vulnerable, they sabotage it. Cheating creates distance. It keeps them from being truly known. Those with disorganized attachment may cheat chaotically. They crave closeness, but fear it simultaneously. They create drama, instability, and crisis because calm intimacy feels unfamiliar and unsafe. None of this is conscious. They're not thinking about attachment theory while betraying you. They're acting out patterns that were wired into them decades before you met. This is psychology, not excuse. Now let's talk about narcissistic wounds. Some cheaters operate from deep narcissistic injury, not necessarily full narcissistic personality disorder, but a fragile sense of self that requires constant external validation to feel okay. For these individuals, being desired is oxygen. It's not about pleasure. It's about proof. Proof that they're attractive, special, worthy, alive. One partner can never provide enough validation to fill this void. They need the conquest. They need the chase. They need new eyes looking at them with desire to temporarily feel whole. The tragedy is that it never works. The validation high fades quickly, and they need another hit, and another, and another. You could have been perfect and it wouldn't have mattered. Their void is not a shape you could ever fill. Let's explore compartmentalization. Cheaters often have a remarkable ability to compartmentalize. They can hold two realities simultaneously without apparent distress. The loving partner at home, the secret affair elsewhere. Two lives that never touch in their mind. This isn't unique to cheaters. Humans compartmentalize all the time. It's a defense mechanism that allows us to function when holding contradictory truths. But in cheaters, this compartmentalization becomes pathological. They can tell you they love you in the morning and betray you by evening without experiencing cognitive dissonance. This is why their behavior seems so incomprehensible to you. You can't imagine doing this because you can't compartmentalize like this. Your reality is integrated. Theirs is fragmented. Now let's discuss the role of opportunity and entitlement. Psychology research shows that cheating often requires three things: motivation, opportunity, and the ability to rationalize. The motivation might be any of the wounds we've discussed, but opportunity matters too. Some cheaters never set out to betray. They found themselves in situations where boundaries blurred. Late nights with a coworker, old flame reaching out on social media, alcohol lowering inhibitions, and then there's entitlement. Some cheaters genuinely believe they deserve more excitement, more validation, more variety. They feel entitled to satisfy their desires regardless of commitments made. This entitlement often stems from either being overindulged in childhood or deeply deprived. Both can create adults who believe their needs supersede others' rights. Let's talk about the avoidance of inner work. Here's something profound. Cheating is often an attempt to escape oneself. When life feels stagnant, when identity feels unclear, when existential dread creeps in, when aging becomes undeniable, some people don't sit with these uncomfortable feelings. They don't do the inner work. They don't seek therapy or self-reflection. They seek distraction. An affair provides a powerful distraction. It creates excitement, novelty, and a temporary sense of aliveness. It becomes an escape from the mundane reality of their life, their choices, their mortality. The affair isn't about you or even about the other person. It's about escaping themselves. Let's examine the neurochemistry. Affairs trigger powerful neurochemical responses. Dopamine floods the brain during the chase, the secrecy, the novelty. It's literally addictive. Some cheaters become addicted to this high. The sneaking around, the forbidden nature, the risk of being caught. All of this intensifies the neurochemical reward. Your stable, secure love was providing oxytocin and vasopressin, bonding hormones, comfort hormones, but their brain was craving dopamine, excitement hormones, novelty hormones. This doesn't make it okay, but it helps explain why rational consequences didn't deter them. Their brain was hijacked by chemistry. Finally, let's talk about the myth of the happy marriage affair proof. Research consistently shows that relationship satisfaction is only weakly correlated with cheating. Happy people cheat. People in good relationships cheat. People who love their partners deeply cheat. This shatters the narrative that if you had just been enough, this wouldn't have happened. Cheating is about the cheater, their wounds, their voids, their unprocessed issues, their inability or unwillingness to do inner work. You could have been the perfect partner. It still might have happened, because it was never about you. Now let's look at how to recognize the patterns. There are common behaviors that often precede or accompany cheating. Recognizing these isn't about paranoia. It's about pattern awareness. First, they create distance before the affair. Emotional withdrawal often precedes cheating. They pick fights. They criticize more. They seem annoyed by your presence. This creates psychological justification for what they're about to do or already doing. Second, they rewrite relationship history. Suddenly, the relationship was always bad. They were never really happy. You never really understood them. This revisionism allows them to feel less guilty about their betrayal. Third, they become defensive about privacy. Phone suddenly has new passwords. They're protective of their devices. Questions about their whereabouts are met with accusations that you're controlling or paranoid. Fourth, they gaslight you. When you express concerns, they flip it. You're insecure. You're crazy. You're imagining things. This manipulation protects their secret while making you doubt your own perception. Fifth, they project onto you. They accuse you of cheating. They become suspicious of your friendships. This projection serves two purposes. It deflects attention from their behavior and reduces their guilt by imagining you're doing the same. Sixth, their schedule becomes unpredictable. New commitments appear. Work demands increase. Friends need help. There are always explanations, but they don't quite add up. Seventh, intimacy patterns shift. This can go either direction. Some cheaters withdraw physically, saving their energy for elsewhere. Others become more attentive, overcompensating from guilt. Eighth, they become critical of you. Suddenly nothing you do is right. Your appearance, your habits, your personality. This criticism creates distance, and in their mind, justifies seeking appreciation elsewhere. Ninth, they speak differently about the future. Commitment language decreases. Long-term plans become vague. They're less willing to invest in shared goals because they're uncertain about the relationship's longevity. 10th, their story has holes. Details don't add up. Times and places don't match. When questioned, they become angry rather than clarifying. Anger is often used to shut down inquiry. Now here's what this reveals about you. Not about your flaws, about your strengths. You loved authentically. While they were fragmenting themselves across multiple realities, you were fully present. You brought your whole self to the relationship. That's not naivety, that's integrity. You trusted. Yes, that trust was betrayed, but the capacity to trust is precious. Many people are so defended they can never truly connect. You could. You did. That capacity will serve you again with someone worthy. You were committed. You honored your word. You showed up. You invested. The fact that they didn't match your commitment reflects on them, not you. Your loyalty is a virtue, not a weakness. You can recognize truth from lies. Eventually, you knew. Your gut told you. Your intuition signaled. Even if you doubted yourself, some part of you perceived the truth. That inner knowing is powerful. Learn to trust it. You survived. The discovery of betrayal is traumatic. It shatters your world, your identity, your sense of safety. And yet here you are, seeking understanding, working to heal. That is resilience. You're seeking understanding, not revenge. You're watching this video not to plot destruction, but to make sense of senselessness. That impulse toward understanding rather than mere retaliation shows psychological maturity. You will love again. This doesn't feel true right now. But your capacity for deep love didn't disappear because someone failed to honor it. It's still there. Wounded, yes, but intact. Let's address the myths. Myth. If you had been enough, they wouldn't have cheated. Truth. Cheating is about the cheater's internal deficits, not your inadequacy. People cheat on wonderful partners constantly. It's not about what you lacked. Myth. You should have seen it coming. Truth. Cheaters often become skilled deceivers. You were operating in good faith, assuming the same from them. Your trust was appropriate. Their deception was the problem. Myth. The affair partner was better than you. Truth. The affair partner served a function, novelty, escape, validation. This has nothing to do with their worth versus yours. They were simply new. That's all. Myth. If they cheated, they never really loved you. Truth. This is complicated. Some cheaters did love their partners in their limited way. Love and betrayal can coexist in a fragmented psyche. This doesn't justify anything, but real love and cheating aren't mutually exclusive. They're evidence of psychological dysfunction. Myth. You must have done something to cause this. Truth. Unless you forced them at gunpoint into someone else's arms, you did not cause this. Adults make choices. They chose to cheat instead of communicating, seeking therapy, or ending the relationship honestly. Myth. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Truth. This is statistically more true than false. Those who cheat once are significantly more likely to cheat again. But some people do change through intensive personal work. It's rare but possible. Myth. You need to forgive to heal. Truth. Forgiveness is optional. Healing is not dependent on forgiving them. You can heal fully while never forgiving the betrayal. Release yourself from the pressure to forgive. Focus on releasing yourself from the pain. So where do you go from here? First, stop blaming yourself. This is essential. Every time your brain tries to make this your fault, redirect. Their choices were about their wounds, not your worth. Second, feel everything. Grief, rage, despair, disbelief. These are all valid. Don't rush yourself. Don't numb yourself. Let the emotions move through you. Third, gather support. Tell people you trust. Let yourself be held. Isolation makes everything harder. You don't need to perform okay. Let people see your pain. Fourth, consider trauma-informed therapy. Betrayal trauma is real. A therapist who specializes in this can help you process without getting stuck in rumination. Fifth, resist the urge to know every detail. Sometimes the obsessive need to know everything is an attempt to control the uncontrollable. Some details hurt more than they heal. Sixth, understand that healing isn't linear. You'll have good days and terrible days. You'll think you're over it and then collapse. This is normal. This is healing. Seventh, eventually, look at what this experience reveals about your own patterns, not to blame yourself, but with curiosity. What attracted you to this person? What red flags did you minimize? This isn't blame, it's wisdom gathering. Eighth, know that their future is not your concern. They may end up with the affair partner. They may cheat on them too. They may seem happy. None of this is your story anymore. Your story is about your healing. Let's return to where we started. You found out, and your world shattered. You've been asking why, searching for what you did wrong, wondering if you'll ever trust again. And now you understand something important. The psychology of cheaters is complex. It involves attachment wounds, narcissistic voids, compartmentalization, neurochemistry, and the avoidance of inner work. But none of those psychological explanations include you as the cause. You were not the reason they cheated. Their wounds were. Their unprocessed pain was. Their inability to sit with discomfort was. Their choice was. You were just the person who got hurt by their inability to be whole, and that is tragic. It is painful beyond words, but it is not your shame to carry. They broke something precious. They chose deception over honesty. They chose escape over growth. They chose momentary validation over lasting love. That choice says everything about them, and nothing about your worth. You will get through this, not quickly, not easily, but you will. And when you do, you'll know something you didn't know before. You'll know that you can survive the worst betrayal and still remain open to love. That your capacity for trust, though wounded, is not destroyed. That you are more resilient than you ever imagined. You are not naive for trusting. You are not foolish for loving. You are not broken because someone else couldn't remain whole. You are human, and you will heal. If this video found you, it was meant to. Drop a comment and tell me what you needed to hear today. I'll see you in the next one.